Tapos 7 p.m.
Sandali,
Hindi pa naman ako tinatawag ni Gia.
wala akong sound. Hello?
May sound ka.
Wala akong sound. Um, Speaker. Hello? Hello?
Oh, I can hear
Mic te
you.
okay na, thank you. Hi Jamila.
Hi, sir. Rinig naman po ako. Hindi naman po sarap.
Rinig.
Wala
Sakto
kasi
lang,
akong
ako ang
headset eh.
wala, okay.
Mm-mm.
Ako naman yung hearing ang problem ko,
Pwede ko
eh.
iwan to laptop,
Sige, so
right?
pero i-check mo muna mga 1, 2 minutes na nagla-live. Yeah.
Oh, 2 minutes.
Teka, i-open ko lang yung poster. Poster. Okay. Jamila, as usual, no, meron tayong intro. So I think eight house matter, pwede nating i-tackle lang sandali yung corruption, which is also an eight house matter.
Sige lang po, sir.
Mm-mm. Okay, I think okay na. Naka-share screen na ba tayo? Hindi ba? Share screen. Okay, sakto. 1 minute. 30 seconds.
Okay na, 30 seconds.
Ah, okay. Booster. Booster muna. Right?
Talatox is now live.
Hello, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 223rd episode of Tala Talks. And our topic for tonight is actually a continuation of our topic last week, which is about money matters. No, last week we talked about the second house, and this week we'll talk about the eighth house. So, welcome. This is Jesse Santiago of Filipino Astrologer. Hi, Maricar, welcome.
Hi, Yoski. Good evening.
Mhm. And of course, Jamila.
Hi, Jamila and
It's nice
Luan.
to have you back.
Hi. Hi, sir. Hi, Miss
Uh,
Maricar.
Hi, Jamila.
Hi, Jamila, and hi, Maricar. Hey,
Hi.
Rusty.
okay, just in time, Luwan, ano? Okay, so
Apo.
we are Tala Talks. Kompleto tayo ngayon. Four tayo ngayon. Okay, so yeah, uh, it's actually the month of May, ano? Akala natin May is going to be very stable. Pero parang may continuation yung tumultos sa March and February, no? Pero yeah, when we talk about Taurus kasi, di ba, Taurus is a fixed sign, no? Kaya para may general feeling na baka, no, this is going to be a stable sign. Pero madami nga rin palang mga planetary configurations, no? That speaks about changes, no, for this month, no. So I think, no, yung pinaka importante pa rin, no, na news, no, which which can be related din, no, sa ating topic, no, kasi ang topic natin for tonight is about eighth house matters, no. So ang negative nitong eighth house matters is actually debt, no, utang, no. Okay, so kaya itong importance ng let's say financial management is actually a message, no, to everyone din, no. So kailangan natin bigyan ng pansin itong eighth house matters, no. Okay, at yeah, no, to start the ball rolling, siguro let's start muna with the Philippines chart, no. If we use, no, of course, there are some dates no use, pero sa atin I think, no, medyo nag-agree naman tayo halos, no, lahat luwan, ano, Jamila, na we've been using July 4, 1946 with some success, no. Of course, pwede rin naman natin discuss yung June 12, pero apparently, no, parang yung mga discussions natin regarding the July 4 chart somehow, no, seems to fit with current events. So ngayon, ano ba yung pinaka-importanteng transit ngayon sa Philippines, no? Let's talk about the eighth house ng Philippines. Yeah, anyone?
Philippines 8th house. We have a Virgo rising chart. So I know the
Yes,
house
so
quite well
Aries.
because they're the same eh. So the 8th house is in Aries and meron tayong Saturn in Aries ngayon. So this should be a period where maraming requirements of stepping up or accountability in terms of debt or other people's resources. These are themes that would be playing out until 2028 pa. Kaya naaakma naman sa mga transits yung mga nangyayari ngayon. And with what you said earlier also, parang May did not really have any heavy cosmic weather, but I think these are still the effects of the eclipses a couple of months ago. So 6 months usually may mga nag-unfold and the eclipses were happening in our first and seventh. So siya, parang change of alliances or mga things of the sort. So nakikita natin siya na nag-play out in real time.
Yes, and of course, no, if we want to relate this guy, no, sa current events, no, ang pinaka-importante is still, no, kasi diba, in the past few years, we talked about Saturn in the 7th house of the Philippines, no.
Yes.
Oo, diba? So diyan nagsulputan yung issue ng Pogo, ng religious issues, no, for example, Kiboloy and this other Aguila ba or something, no? So ito yung Saturn in the 7th house. Parang pinakita sa atin yung sort of problems, no? Based on our Piscean past, no? Okay, pero ngayon something more ko na, no? Parang ito na siguro yung after effect, no? No, talagang mga nangyaring parang when Saturn was in the 7th house, we came face to face with the issues, no, that we really have to dig deeper into, no. Okay, so ngayon with kakapasok lang, no, kailan ba nag-engage itong Saturn in Aries, Luan?
This started February 14, Valentine's. So, yeah.
Okay, so Saturn.
Pero
So
may
ngayon
initial
ito,
entry na.
in
May
the 8th
initial entry na
house,
siya last year. Meron na siyang preview and then ito yung the transit proper. So, May to September 2025 and then
yeah.
may
Tapos dire-diretso na, no, when
Yeah.
it returned back to Aries, no, sa February 14 as you mentioned. Tuloy-tuloy na yan for the next 2.5 years.
Yes.
Jamila, are you going to talk about debt issues sa personal chart later on?
Yes po, sir. Mga chart
Okay, sige.
examples. Later po.
Okay, so good, no? Okay, so anyway nga, no, parang ito kasing, let's say, ito, no, there, merong itong planetary transits na may application sa natal chart and, no, sa let's say, sa chart, no, ng Philippines. So kaya nga, no, connect lang natin yung nangyayari ngayon. The investigations is still ongoing, no, tapos may mga let's say i-issue pa ng dito sa Senate, no? So I think, no, sa parang pag sinabi kasi sa Saturn, no, of course accountability is the key word, pero ngayon papunta na sa 8th house, no? So kumbaga sabihin natin yung Saturn in the 7th house parang a bit more intangible, a bit more parang intangible or ano ba yan, complex, no? Pero pagdating sa 8th house, ito medyo practical, no? Yung consideration. Pera ng bayan talaga yung pinaka-importanting issue, no? Which is a prerequisite actually para maka-move forward tayo kasi sa lawak na nung na lumabas ng mga issues base sa mga investigation. So yun, no? Parang as a whole, as a country, debt, I think, yung pinaka-importante.
Right. Saka
Iniisip,
ano rin,
ah,
yes, go on.
iniisip ko rin, it was Saturn in Aries nung pumutok yung flood control scandal. Tapos, syempre yung nasaan yung pera ng tao, nasaan yung pera ng bayan. Tapos, kung papag-isipan natin, the Philippines is sobrang
Lights,
ah,
please.
reliant sa investors in foreign aid or yung ibang mga foreign companies will come here and then they will invest their businesses here. Tapos yung one of the
Yeah.
reactions nun is may mga countries na parang ayaw na or hesitant na magbigay ng loan or mag-invest sa Philippines because of the scandal. Kasi saan ba napupunta yung pera? Tapos na-note na,
Yeah.
naisip ko rin, since February pumasok, in March, because we're so reliant on importing goods or even oil and crude oil, nung pumutok yung gera,
Oo.
it's like where there's a constraint on shared assets on where we're going to receive goods and other resources that we need. So maybe that's a preview na for the next 2 to 5 years, mas magiging self-reliant tayo or we'll try to be more
Yun ang
Ayan.
question mark. Yun ang question mark. How are we going
Ayun yung
to
isip ko.
yeah. Yun yung question mark, big question mark, no, kung how the Philippines would utilize, no, the Saturnian energy in the 8th house.
And also, like you mentioned, 8th house is specifically the house assigned to taxes also. Kaya talagang malalim yung mga activations na yan ngayon. Pera ng tao talaga.
Okay. So, in short, no, kailangan talagang tutukan or makialam tayo tungkol dito sa mga investigations na to. Of course, in whatever way we can. No? Number one, siguro in educating the people around us na talagang this is an important issue na it's reflected, no, in the astrological chart of the Philippines. Ito nga, no, itong 8th house matter. Okay. So, well, anyway, Marika, would you
Yeah.
like to add something?
Yeah, well, in the 8th house, you discover your relationship to other people's power in your life, your relationship to other people's resources, other people's money, and how you manage those resources in your life.
Yes,
yun,
okay.
it
So,
illuminates it illuminates your darkest shadow pagdating sa 8th house, na nakikita lahat.
okay. Sige. So, doon sa country, no, in terms of other people, no, I think yung well, na-mention ni Jamila yung possible problem itong Saturn in the 8th house, nawalan ng tiwala, no, nawala yung tiwala ng foreign investors sa Philippines, kaya may nag-alisan. On the other hand, no, may positive supposed to be, kaya lang medyo na-reject ata, no, ng bansa, no, yung itong Fox Silica, no, parang itong US companies are planning to set up manufacturing sector, ano ba ito? Manufacturing.
Silicon Valley.
So I
Silicon
think it's a
Valley.
good thing. It's a good thing kasi Uranus has already entered Gemini, and it's actually at the 10th house of our country. So it's I think it's a good thing, no? Yung resources nasa 8th house, no? Then Saturn, no? Pero siguro Saturn, kaya lang the news said, no, yesterday, parang ni-reject ata ng Philippine government, no, yung yon, no, yung proposal, although sana hindi pa tapos, kahit sana magkaroon ng agreement, pero the issue is I think yung in terms of sovereignty, yung parang
Diplomatic
the US
immunity.
pa the
They
US
wanted
wanted
diplomatic
to have.
immunity.
So yun.
Mm.
So, but again, ito nga, this is an eighth house matter, no, sharing of
Right.
resources. Pero on the positive side, Uranus is supposed to spur, no, economic development in the Philippines through something technological. So I think somehow that's an opportunity for us. Pero of course, kailangan ayusin yung sovereignty, diplomatic issues na yan. Okay, so that's what's happening right now, and with regards to the eighth house matters nga, no, parang ito, no, dahil meron tayong collective issue on debt, so siguro magandang we work on our own, no, personal eighth
Personal.
house issues, and that is the topic of Jamila tonight.
Looking forward to this, Jamila. I have an eighth house tell
Yeah,
you.
me too.
So
Really?
I do. I have 3 planets in the
You're
eighth, so
Phoenix.
I'm excited to hear about this.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Sige, sir. Okay. I'll start screen sharing. I just prepared a few visuals lang just to help guide yung oh wait. Okay. So I titled yung presentation Things Shared in Between the Eighth House. Nag-iisip ako ng title presentation. Inisip ko, shared in between na lang, since usually ang pinag-uusapan ng Eighth House is things you share between you and someone else, a partner, or shared ventures you have with other people, usually money and other assets. So May 2026 or for Tala Talks. So the eighth house, the basics, it's the eighth house from the ascendant, from the first house, so it's the eighth house. It's also called idol, or the idol place in Hellenistic astrology, and it's a quote unquote dark house because it makes no aspect to the ascendant. So typically seen as a bad place because it does not aspect the ascendant. It's interpreted as not supporting the native's life. We'll see a little bit more of that later in how it's not supporting, and it's typically associated with negative significations. And when some astrologers rank the houses, they rank the eighth house as the third to the last, and it's only the sixth and the 12th house are worse. Unlike signs where there's not really one sign better than the other, there are houses which are better and there are houses which are worse. And the eighth house is said to be one of the typically worse houses. So it's the third to the last in the ranking. And it's a succeedent house. It follows after an angle, it follows after the seventh house. So in the sky, kunyari, you just go outside, you look at the sky, you go to the west, because the west is where the descendant is. It's just a little above, so you can visualize it. It's just a little above the western horizon, and that's where the eighth house is. Sometimes recently when nagsisunset, minsan nakikita ko yung like Venus, I think, when it goes down, because I think Venus is in Cancer right now, if I'm not mistaken. So significations of the eighth house, according to Valens, the old astrologers, they were very literal and sometimes extreme with their significations, but you'll see that it does make sense. So according to Valens, it's a death, benefits from death, the idle place, punishment, and weaknesses. To quote from Brennan's book, the eighth house has notions of idleness, weakness, dullness, inactivity, and squandering what is gained. It also mentions punishment or justice. So it's an idle place because you feel like nothing really happens in it, which kind of makes sense when you think about the eighth house, as we'll see in some of the examples later on. So some significations that might make it a bit more easy for us to understand is shared assets, shared ventures, loans, taxes, debt, inheritance, other people's money in general, your partner's money, contracts, grants, scholarship, and sex. Now, I think this signification with sex is a relatively modern take. I'm not sure if how many. I haven't seen a lot of examples actually wherein sex is kind of comes out in the eighth house. I can maybe see it in maybe like if you're a sex worker or that's what you do for a living, but I haven't really seen it come out yet. For the rest of the people here, ano po yung opinion nyo on like sex as a signification of the eighth house? Because sometimes it's the fifth, sometimes it's the eighth. Yeah.
I think the eighth house because it's what you get out of the after the seventh
Out of
house.
the seven.
So it would be when you get married, then you join resources and it's merging in. Eighth house is merging. So joining of resources, joining of bodies. So you become one with another. So I think doon nanggagaling din yun in a way where certain situations are combined is considering the body
Yes.
also parang ganon. So it's like the fifth house can be casual sex or just fun and you're just enjoying. Then the eighth house is a little bit more para mas malalim siya. So at least in that aspect, yeah.
I'm also thinking, just
I-
a question.
Yes.
Yes. Yes. Go ahead.
I
Miss
think
I
Maricar.
think
here's
Maricar and yes, Maricar.
it's merging of the souls.
Yes,
It's
Maricar.
like merging of the souls and transformational sex. Sometimes it's sex to the point of obsession. You're
Mm.
obsessed with the other person, or you want to possess the other person. It's not necessarily bad. Kasi pwede namang you're just merging and you're really into that person. Compared to sex in the fifth house, it's just really fun and games. You can
Yeah.
be unattached and still have sex with the other person. Dito talagang maybe love mo, maybe obsessed ka, maybe you want that person to love you. Sometimes it can have a hidden agenda in the eighth house sex.
Yeah, or secret affairs, parang ganyan.
Secret affairs can be,
Mga
yeah.
ganyan.
That would
Eighth
be
and
eight and fifth pa rin.
eighth,
Yeah.
fifth, 12th hidden situations, yeah. But
Mhm.
we can see where that can come out. But
Tantric
usually,
sex is under eighth house.
yeah.
If you have tantric sex, that would be eighth house. If you have fling sex, one night stands, that would be fifth house. Something like that.
Parang ano siya, no? Yung mga things that are not easily accessible. I think if
Yeah.
you look at the natural houses, that would be the Scorpio house in the natural
Yeah.
house. So, themes of
Mhm.
things that are under, things that are hidden, things parang ganun. Hidden house or idol house. Yeah. So yeah, go on. Go
I
on, Jam.
was
I'm waiting.
okay. I was also thinking if the eighth house is sex and maybe like things that come after marriage, would it also be possible na yung signification of the eighth house would also include children? Kasi also historically, people
Yeah.
treated their children as their property. This is something that I own and it's,
Indirect, you know?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that I don't, that you have custody over this. Like you have battles for custody over the child and they are not their own person until they reach a certain legal age.
Oh, okay. So
Din
parang
din.
arranged
Indirect.
marriages. Pwede din.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
like the child is, and you are two people, you follows after marriage. So it's like a child is an, I guess in a very, not so lightweight to put it, an asset in a way.
Mhm.
Pwede rin, yeah. Fifth from fourth rin yan eh. So,
Mhm.
children of families.
Yeah. Although although in terms of rulership, no, based on the ancient, no, text, no, yung children, it's very clear that it's an fifth house matter, no. Okay, and then we also look at Jupiter as one of the significators of children. Pero yung sex, no, hindi talaga siya kasama doon sa significations ng eighth house based on the Hellenistic or traditional system, no? So it took additional meaning of the eighth house involving sex is actually parang a modern reinterpretation of that based on the 12 sign alphabet, no? That the first house is related to Aries, The fifth house is related to Leo. The eighth house is related to Scorpio. No? Pero you have a point, and of course, no, Luan mentioned nga na the result of marriage can also be, no, associated with the house that follows the seventh house, which is the eighth house. Pero yung property, yung treatment, no, ng parents na property na yung anak. So I think hindi siya common throughout the centuries or throughout cultures. So yun siguro we need more research on that, no. Pero kasi hindi naman ganun lahat, no, yung treatment. So and it did not let's say it did not survive, no, in records na parang may ganung setup, no. It might be, for example, in the years, no, after the rise of capitalism, pero throughout, no, thousands of years hindi na associate yung 8,000 children as property.
I think also, kaya siya na-associate with sex kasi eighth house is secret activities, and usually ang secret activities ng mga tao would be money and
Bedroom.
sex.
Yeah.
Money and sex would be secret things, hindi mo kinikwento yan kahit basta-basta lang. So kaya nasa eighth house siya kasi secret siya. And your contracts mo usually, ang contracts mo with people, they involve money, sex, and power. So nasa eighth house siya. So ang potential for betrayal and obsession nandyan din. Kaya siguro nandyan siya sa eighth house. Kasi pwede kang ma-betray in the name of, you think love, but in the name of sexual, you can be betrayed. And then there's also potential for misunderstanding kasi nandun siya sa eighth house. Kaya ka nata-transform, I think. Baka kaya siya ganun.
Plenty of, ang dami rin tahi-tahi.
Galing
Gusto
ng eighth
parang
house. I love it.
What was the
death and
question?
rebirth. Hi, Miguel. Hello.
Yeah, hi
Hi, Sir
Miguel.
Miguel.
Okay, so I'll just so my thoughts. So the eighth, no, so it's a deepening journey, right? If you think about the the three water houses, Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces, it's like water finds its level, no? So Cancer, you start to you become open to your feelings. Then Scorpio, you go deeper into uncomfortable spaces. And that's why, so I wouldn't say it's not necessarily money per se. It's those high tension interactions with money. So, right, whether that's money that you lend or space that you share with a roommate, it's going to bring out drama so that you can go through this kind of transformation by dealing with kind of things beneath the surface. So yeah, so it's a journey inward so that you can encounter the shadow, right? They say, so that you can alchemize those, right? You can integrate and then you come out transformed. So hopefully you merge deeper with your partner or business partner, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sir Miguel. For now, I'm going to be tackling some chart examples para lang mas ma-visualize natin how it might come up. For most of yung celebrity chart examples, it's mostly international because it's hard to find timed charts for local heroes, celebrities, or figures. And then I included na lang a few local examples from people's charts that I've read that I encountered. So for the first chart example, just a popular chart example, parang medyo gasgas, but just for the purposes of the presentation, ba? First one is Prince William, Prince of Wales. So he's born June 21, 1982 at 9:03 p.m. in England. So one of the fascinating things about him, of course, is that he was born hours after a solar eclipse in Cancer. He has an eclipse in his 8th house, moon in Cancer, and the sun in Cancer ruling the 9th house. Now, when I saw this chart and then I saw that he had the eclipse in the 8th house, and then that his son was ruling the 9th house, the son would be importing themes of the 9th house into his 8th house. And he was born a prince. He was born as a figure, one of the figures of government. So he's immediately importing one of those. And since he's a public figure, when he was born, his life is funded by taxpayer money. He has a rich inheritance, of course, because he's the current Prince of Wales. He's set to inherit the throne should Charles die. And yes, that he was with the moon in 8th house. While of course he has ventures of his own, mostly his money comes from taxes, from the taxpayers and the taxpaying money, and that the taxpaying people of the United Kingdom, and that's where he gets his money from, because he is a public figure and he's essentially a politician in his own sense. He's part of the monarchy, and that is one of kind of easy way to see how a planet in the 8th house can bring the significations of the house that they're ruling into the topic of the 8th house. So the next one is Megan Fox, the actress Megan Fox. She's known for, pinaka-popular siya, I think, for the Transformers series. And then she was born on May 16, 1986 at 12:35 a.m. in Tennessee, USA. And the moon is in the 8th house Leo, ruled by the sun in the 5th. So one of the things about Megan Fox is that she was married in 2010 and then divorce was finalized in 2021. Now, one of the things that happened to her in the divorce is that the marriage had no prenup. And so any of the money that she gained during the marriage would essentially have been halved. She would have to share it with her ex-husband. And this makes sense because the ruler of the 8th house, shared assets, financial assets, and other people's money, is in the 5th house of fun and creativity and art, and she is an actress. So most of the money that she made through her career as an artist, as an actress. Another thing is that she had to split custody of her children of her 3 sons. She had 3 sons with her ex-husband, and then she had to split custody with him, which also comes out in her chart because the 8th house is ruled by the sun in the 5th, which is the house of children, traditionally the house of children. And then another part, which is the most obvious part of this, is that the moon in the 8th house rules the 7th house of spouses, partners, and she had a divorce, and then she had to split the money, and she had to split custody with her ex-husband. So in matters of like money and split finances, this is easily how it can come out for a person. The next example I have is RM, or Kim Namjoon. He's one of the members of BTS, and we luckily have a time for him. He was born on September 12, 1994 at 1:28 p.m. in Seoul, Korea, and he has Mars in Cancer ruling the 12th house in Scorpio. So with that, he would be importing themes of the 12th house into his 8th house. Now, some of the significations of the 12th house include hospitals, places of self-undoing, faraway places, self-isolation, and things like that. And he is in part a philanthropist. So he would be putting his money somewhere else. He would be spending it, he would be putting it in foundations, in charities, and he would be doing it, and he would be essentially in an 8th house way, in a sort of positive, quote unquote, positive way of manifestation of the 8th house. So he would be doing philanthropic work. So one of the things to be noted here is the nature of his philanthropic work and where the money would go to. So he would donate it to the National Forensic Service of South Korea, which would help in forensic science, which would be dealing with dead bodies. So his donations took on an 8th house attribute, which is death. He is pouring his money into helping the field of forensic science, into help studying death and the effect dead bodies and how they are examined. Funds for veterans, many funds for veterans, and then the Seoul Asan Medical Center and the Korea University Medical Center, which are 12th house places. The hospital is a very 12th house place. The 12th house is a house of illness and self-isolation, and you would find that it's also the place of like hospitals. So you would find that again, the rulership scheme brings in themes of the 12th house into the 8th house, where he would be putting his money into. Funds for veterans as well. Many veterans, of course, face after their deployment, they come home, they face lots of mental and physical problems. So he would be putting money into helping people who are going through 12th house type of situations, which include illness and hospitals and whatnot. So that's one of the, I guess, more of the better manifestation of the 8th house
Eighth
in
house.
philanthropic work. So kahit medyo bleak yung significations ng 8th house, it doesn't have to be all that na, oh my God, my 8th house, so I'm gonna have this terrible life forever. No, hindi naman. It depends on the other parts of the chart and how it will manifest. There's lots of aspects to be taken into consideration. So next one is
Yes.
my
Ah.
other example. Yes, Sir Resty.
I-add ko lang doon sa KRM ano. Yes, okay. Yeah, very interesting din yung because Mars is the ruler of his 12th house in the 8th house. So Mars by itself no parang would signify something no other than the ruler of the 8th house no, which is as you mentioned no, hospitals etc. Well, Mars is also the ruler of sharp objects no, which I think is being used in doing forensic work. And then
Yes, sir.
veterans, no, they were soldiers, no, which
Yes.
is
Mars,
prim
kaagad.
Mars, no, primarily they carry guns when they were still working with the military. So anyway, that's also a very martial thing. Yun lang.
Yes po, sir. Especially kung Mars is yung Roman god of war. So war, tapos it's in the 8th house and he's donating his money to retired soldiers. It's very
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, very positive nga as you mentioned. Kakaiba to, kakaiba.
Mm-mm. So next one is Nancy Kerrigan. She is a retired competitive figure skater and she was born on October 13, 1969 at 5:17 p.m. in Massachusetts, USA. This was a big issue, scandal in the 1990s. So basically what happened was in 1994 US National Figure Skating Championships, before the competition started, she was beaten, her lower right thigh was beaten with a bat before she could compete. And this caused a national outrage, like who would do this to her? And then there was a clip of her screaming, why? And one of the things that I thought was interesting about that is that following what happened is she secured an estimated 1 to 2 million US dollars in sponsorship money, because 1994 was also an Olympic year leading into Lillehammer, Norway. And it was a huge media scandal, like who did this to her? And then it found out that it was the person who orchestrated it was the ex-husband of one of her competitors. So the story was really blown into the media. She became a media darling. And then because they wanted the story now, she would be, after what happened to her at the national championships, she would make a comeback at the Winter Olympics, which was true. And then she won silver there. Now, if you see her chart, there's a fascinating thing in her chart is that she has the moon and Neptune in Scorpio in the 8th house, but it's ruled by Mars in Capricorn in the 10th. Now, Capricorn rules the knees. When she was beaten on her lower right thigh, her knee was badly injured and bruised, and she had tendons in the knee that were bruised. So, and it's in the 10th house, so it's media. Media is putting her story everywhere, and then the story is she was beaten at a sports champion right before she would compete in a sports championship, and it was her knee that was injured. So this is Mars in Capricorn, and then it was exactly her knee, and with Capricorn being the knee, Mars being injuries, she was beaten on her knee, and that was the height of the story, that she was put out of competition because her competitor's ex-husband beat her on the knee. And then Mars rules the 8th house, and because that happened, she got tons of sponsors. She had 1 to 2 million in sponsorship money. She was sponsored by Walt Disney. She was sponsored by Evian Water, by Reebok, and other big companies. And then she won silver. So sometimes it can be very literal. That she that she would be getting money after a big event. Also, I guess more generally is that her 8th house is ruled by Mars. So, and Mars is like athletics, and she was an athlete. And Mars is in Capricorn, which is, of course, a fixed sign. Which is a cardinal sign, which is ruled by Saturn. And Saturn is cold. Sometimes showing like an emaciating of bodies, and figure skating is on ice, which usually requires that skaters have like thin quote unquote leaning on the thinner side, and it's ruled by Taurus, which is it's ruled by Saturn in Taurus, which is a Venus ruled sign. So there's lots of factors coming into play, that she is an athlete known for a sport that is dry and cold, and requires a body on the thinner side, and then she gets lots of sponsors from it and gets lots of money after an issue where she was knocked out of competition because of she was assaulted. So that is my example for Nancy Kerrigan. My next example is sobrang gasgas na niya in a way. Classic amongst astrologers, which is because I felt like even if I did not want to solely focus on the topic on the signification of death in this presentation, I would still be remiss in not adding it. So the classic example, of course, of Diana, Princess of Wales, born July 1, 1961 at 7:45 p.m. in England, and Sun and Mercury in Cancer 8th house, ruled by Moon in Aquarius 3rd house, and then she famously died in a car accident in a foreign country. And her 8th house Cancer is ruled by the Moon in the 3rd house. The 3rd house, transportation, cars. So she died in a car accident. And the Sun also rules the 9th house. So it's importing the themes of the 9th house, which is the foreign places and foreign travel. And she died in a car accident in a foreign country. And then, of course, there's Mercury in the 8th house, which is Mercury is also about moving around, transportation, where you want to go. And she dies in a car accident. It's a very dry and cut kind of thing, where you can see the significations of her death in her chart. So that's all for my celebrity chart examples. Now, I have 3 from personal chart examples from people's whose charts I've encountered. They're mostly just anonymous, but they're all here in the Philippines, just to give us maybe a bit more of an idea of how this can come out in the life of like an ordinary person. Because celebrity chart examples are useful, pero they lead such different lives from most of us. So it might be interesting to see, like paano ba lalabas with in the everyday mundane person. So anonymous person number 1, he was born in 1972 here in the Philippines. He has a sun in Cancer in the 8th house, ruled by the moon in 5th house Aries. He became a gambling addict and acquired lots of debt through constant gambling. And his 8th house is in Cancer, ruled by the 5th house ruled by the moon in the 5th house. So it brings in the topic of games, wherein he acquired debt through games. And that is the most basic thing I guess I can see from his house. He did not share anymore, but yes. And it was also, I guess, a bit of a side note is no, that's it. I will protect his privacy. That's just the basics, that he acquired debt because of a gambling addiction, but he is on his way to recovering his addiction and his debt. So that's one of the more positive news for him today. Now, anonymous person number 2, he was born in 1954 in the Philippines. He has Pluto in the 8th house, Leo, ruled by Sun in Libra, but I don't usually take into consideration Pluto in stuff like this, especially since it's just Pluto in the 8th house. So the most interesting part about this is that for most of his life, he was a policeman, but he worked at the Bureau of Customs as an enforcer at the Bureau of Customs. So his 8th house is ruled by the Sun in Libra. So that is, he was working at a place which dealt with goods, other people's goods and other people's money. So his career was tied to working with the goods and money of other people. Eventually, he was also made a commissioner at the Bureau of Customs. So he became a tax collector. His job was to collect the money and the taxes of other people. So that's another manifestation. That's another manifestation of how it can arise, and how your career can be tied to 8th house matters. Maybe other people work like in forensic. You probably have, if you're a forensic scientist or something, you probably have 8th house placements or significant 8th house stuff happening in your chart. Or maybe you're an accountant or you're a banker. So maybe that's just how it comes out in your chart, instead of something as grimdark as like mamamatay ka sa gantong oras and you will die and you will have the worst life ever lived sa mundong to. Sometimes it's just like you work at a place where you handle other people's money, or you work at a place where maybe you're a mortician, or you work sa cementerio, things like that. Or you work at, or I don't know, nagtatrabaho ka sa St. Peter, ganun. It might be something as clear cut as that. It doesn't have to be so dark and depressing. So my last example is a bit on the younger side. This person was born in 2001 in the Philippines. They have an empty 8th house, but the 8th house is ruled by Venus in the 9th house Gemini. So I wanted to include an example of an empty 8th house, because some people, when they see empty houses, they're like, oh, wala naman kasi yung placement dyan. Ano ba nangyayari dyan? Like it's parang wala namang kwenta. Like wala namang 8th house nangyayari sa buhay ko. That's not necessarily the case. You just have to check where the ruler is. So for them, the ruler of the 8th house is in the 9th house Gemini. And when they were in college, because the 9th house represents higher education, they were a recipient of the DOST scholarship. So this is the So this
Go
is
on lang
the
tayo, go on.
So this is the eighth house in. So this is the Venus, the ruler of the eighth house, importing eighth house significations into the ninth house. So they received a grant for a scholarship. So they're for the last 2 years of their college life, their tuition was paid for with taxpayer money because it was a DOST scholarship. And they also received a stipend, which is again a grant, a scholarship from another person, from another party. And another part is that Saturn is also here in the ninth house with Venus. So there's a bit of a delay in their doing the return of service, because usually when you are granted a scholarship by the government, there's a return of service. Parang so may delay pa in the processing of kailan niya gagawin yung return of service niya. So that's Saturn in there doing the delay on how they would give back the work and the money and the labor through labor. And ganon. It sometimes I just wanted to put here because sometimes eighth house can mean like your work, maybe you just receive a scholarship, maybe the moon goes into your eighth house for the day, and like someone buys you something or gives you a little bit of money. It can be that, it can mean those significations. Of course, other times it can mean the more extreme negative significations, pero that's hopefully not, it's not, that's 1 in 1,000, 1 in 1,000,000. I like to think. Anyway, ayun lang naman po ang aking presentation, just for us to better visualize eighth house and how it works. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Jamila. Can you yung sa first page, yung about the significations of the eighth house, no?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So yeah, no, for the benefit lang of the newbies, no, medyo advanced tayo, no, compared to last week, no, medyo advanced itong method, no, that were discussed, no, by Jamila. Pero anyway, so for the benefit of those who are new to astrology, no, every house signifies something, no, and as Jamila mentioned, these are the topics, no? Actually, ang simple, no? The simplest way of defining what a house is simply topics. So what are the topics that's associated with the houses? And for the eighth house, ito nga iyon, no? Ito nga iyon. And then Jamila use, no, different ways of looking at the eighth house, as well as different ways of interpreting, no, at the eighth house, no. Kung walang planet in the eighth house, no, you look at the ruler, no, and then also Jamila showed examples about how two houses can interact with each other, and how, no, let's say eighth house matters can manifest, no, in different manners, no? So yeah, no, Jamila discussed good examples. Yeah, anyone? Luan?
Oh, good. Good naman.
Well, yeah, in terms of significant nga, no, manifestations, ano, eighth house, no, as tax matter, no, there's one topic pala, no, that I've been there's someone pala, no, si Mary Grace, one of the newest members of Astrology Friends Philippines. She was asking how to go about, no, to registering as an astrologer, no, and she was looking at kung paano ginagawa yun. So anyway, Luan and I, we actually employed, or ano ba tawag dyan, Luan? We hired, no, our accountant, no, si Christine, who is also a member of Astrology Friends Philippines. Yung kanyang eighth house, by the way, I remember, no, I computed her financial significator using medieval astrology, the financial significator parang several factors you look at, no? And then whatever comes out as the final one, no? Ito yung financial significator niya. So anyway, it comes out to be the 8th house. Okay, hindi to nakita sa ibang sa ibang systems, no? Pero anyway, she's our accountant, no? She handles our taxes kay Miniluan, no? And then so anyway, yung work niya nga, ano, initially, I think she dealt with corporate taxes. Tapos nung nagkuha na siya, nag-solo na, ayun, she handles she gives this
Oh.
kind of service. Okay, and then dagdag ko lang din, ano, kasi nga may nagtanong nga, ano, how to go about it, no? So you can actually register now as an astrologer sa BIR.
Yes.
Okay. Uh, when during my time when I registered, wala pang category, kaya nasa others, no, nasa others yung sa akin service. And according to Christine, natanong kay Christine recently, nung daw nag-apply na si Luan,
Pero na,
meron ng kategorya. Ayan.
yeah,
Okay.
nasa receipt na siya as astrologer. So,
Okay. So anyway, thank you, Christine. She has this financial significator in the 8th house, managing taxes.
very interesting. Siguro in that sense, parang on my end naman, the stellium in the 8th house would be yun nga, the work I did as artist management, which is based on commissions. And then handling a lot of family matters, family business, mga ganun. So 8th house also shared resources, and then earning from siguro this sort of work, which is a little bit more on the esoteric side. So you talk to people, they share their stories, not necessarily easy. You're not supposed to disclose out in the open. So may pagka confident
Secrets.
energy also the 8th house. So secrets in a way wherein it's not accessible to everybody, just you and the person in your table. So parang may ganong themes then I guess we can also use that. Tapos interest with investment, mga ganyan. So I've never really worked parang hindi ako nag-salary work like I entered a corporate job or a company. It's always been that sense, parang joining resources with others, and then I don't have anything in the 2nd, but I have 3 planets in the 8th. So I guess that's very apparent in my experience. Mm-hmm.
How about Maricar and Miguel? Do you have planets in the 8th house, or you want to share something?
I have Sun and conjunct Mercury in the 8th.
Nice.
Then, yeah, I guess it expresses in the sense that I like, esoteric things. So I like dark things. Let's just put it at that. So aside from, occult interests, I also have Jupiter in the Scorpio, so it's a tie-in with that. But I really love like the most disgusting horror movies you can imagine. So once you know and once you don't know, I really search out what are popular in that community. So I think that's uniquely 8th, because when you watch that, okay, it's very uncomfortable. But normally horror movies bring out this kind of social commentary that they can only say through that kind of fictional lens, right? Whether it's Hostel talking about the elites and how their desires become more distorted, that kind of thing. So I think it expresses most easily that way. I mean, inheritance, investment within normal probabilities, but that particular my interests in those dark things is more uniquely 8th.
Do you like Miguel yung mga parang mga forensics or mga mind of the serial killer, yung mga ganong klase? Does that interest you?
Not the right crime documentaries are very popular with women now. Yeah, to some extent, but horror movies
Mas horror
uniquely, and like the really gory ones or the really disturbing ones. So I don't, parang yun na nga, that's a fascinating thing na like I can't explain why that is. But yeah,
Yeah, very
it's an eighth
interesting.
house conjunct Mercury Sun thing.
It's very interesting, yeah. Parang yung threshold for situations like that, mas mataas siguro, ano, because of the eighth
Yeah,
house.
like if I go on YouTube and they talk about this new, like if there's a new movie that's really disturbing, I'll I'll find out what it is. Yeah, so I don't know if I have like a problem, but it's a uniquely eighth house interest.
Yes. Uh-uh.
But yeah, so there's healthier things like psychology and occult spiritual practices.
Very interesting.
My
Parang
God.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a planet in the eighth house, but it's ruled by, it's in Gemini, so the ruler is Mercury. Um, I'm not afraid to talk about taboo subjects. Um, I talk about sex a lot. With
Mm.
my, I used to consult people about it, and anything. I love research. I don't get tired of research. I think that's the one. Uh, it only aspects. My Mercury only aspects Uranus. So it's parang bigla na lang, parang flashes of um something.
Mm.
But yeah,
Because you have a lot of Scorpio, I think, no? So parang
yeah,
not to do the alphabet, but may in the modern sense kasi it has some sort of
yeah,
fascination. So
mm-hmm,
maybe ano,
yeah,
may playing out din yung
mm-mm,
scorpionic themes in a way.
yeah.
Hi, Excel. Ayan si Excel.
Hello.
Hi, do you have anything? Ikaw,
Hi
Excel,
there.
meron ka, uy, nag-hi si Alexa. May ano ka? May 8th house placements ka?
Chiron eh. Chiron.
Chiron,
Wala,
okay.
wala yung major planets. It's Chiron. So, medyo ano lang. It's more of
Not as, no.
Identity issue. Parang ako yung
Lahat tayo may
naasahan ng iba. Parang ganun eh. Tapos pag hindi ako naasahan na it's more like sa money din. Kasi I attribute yung, dati na-attribute yun kasi hindi naman ako aware na may Chiron ako. Kasi titingnan ko lang yun sa planets, di ba? So, pero lately kasi, dahil yun nga yung sa Chiron, na-realize ko na, ito pala yung ano, pwede kong i-attribute yung, ganito lang, start ko muna sa 11th house. So, may Saturn ako doon. So, parang, may challenges ako sa friendships. So, pero siyempre, when we talk about 8th house, parang, ang nangyayari dun sa mga barkada ko before, tapos eventually sa mga nagiging ka-opisina ko, minsan ako utangan. So, tapos strangely, pagdating sa utang, uutang sila din sa iba. Pero ako lang yung hindi binabayaran for some reason. Parang may
no.
ganun ano. Sila pa
Hassle
bayaran ko, ako
yun.
hindi. Parang gano'n na. Parang, siyempre, at times, minsan, mahilig kong tumulong na makialam. So, nata-take advantage naman yung gano'n. I'm not saying unkind. So, parang kasi, awa lang ako. Parang gano'n lang. Parang madali ako, pag nakarelate ako at nakakaawa. So, parang di ba, gano'n si Chiron, siyempre. You're doing the dealer. Pag nakikita mo, gusto mo mawala lang yung challenges nila, mawala rin yung challenges sa akin. Pero parang in the end, parang may pagkukulang ako. So, kailangan maingat ako sa ano eh. Maingat ako sa ganun eh. So, yun. So, parang yun lang yung manifestation doon. Pero, pwede naman iwasan yun. So, yun.
May idadagdag lang ako no, sa 8th house. Based on one of the keywords no na not openly discussed no dahil this is from Hellenistic astrology nga. One of the things mentioned by Jamila is that the 8th house is an idle house. Okay, so we don't know how to interpret that actually, no. So Okay, so ngayon, I look at my chart, no, and if we use whole sign, that my Jupiter is actually in the eighth house. Okay, so ngayon, connecting that keyword, no, yung idle house, no. So, actually, kakabalik lang namin from bonding, no, with my siblings. So, anim
Oh.
kami, no, nasa LU kami kagabi, no. Tapos may konting kwentuhan and hindi naman comparison, no, pero we talk about some issues in the past, no. And then yung current status nila. So apparently, kumbaga, as compared to my siblings, except the other one who is a nun, yung
Wow.
financial standing ko is parang napakalayo, no, from what my let's say siblings achieve, no, financially. So looking at that, no, Jupiter, no, so parang for the longest time kasi, no, parang I can say now, no, looking back, that Jupiter was actually inactive, no, in my life, no, kasi Jupiter is in the eighth house, an idle house. So it means that on the other hand, no, kasi parang I grew up, no, dito sa Theosophical Society, so my mindset, no, is actually parang anti-money, no, because you parang baliktad, no, parang yung mental development ko parang uh, came from that idea that you don't need money or money is not important. So for the longest time in my life, ganun yung philosophy ko, no. So it makes sense, no, that the Jupiter, no, which means supposed to be, among other things, no, among other things is to be more financially uh, successful, no, tipong ganun, no? So siguro it took me a while, no, to get out of that mindset, no, na you really have to make use of your Jupiter.
Right. And also siguro parang 8, no?
Ayan.
So that would be in Capricorn, Resty. So may konting delays, no?
Ah, ah,
Parang
ah,
mababa ang ano ni Jupiter. So may
ah.
delay.
Yeah. On the other hand, despite that, no, money was never a problem naman to me. No?
Oo.
Whenever I need, no, may dadating. Pero parang, for example, no, let's say one of my brothers, no, parang executive sa isang, actually, ilang big companies, no? So, iba yung naipon niya, no, kumbaga, no? Pero sa akin naman, uh, it's not a problem, no, kasi yung mindset ko is really hindi naman to be financially, not to be rich, no, parang ganon. Pero ang maganda sa akin, sa experience ko nga is whenever I need, no, whatever amount, no, parang ganun, may dumadating na opportunities for me. Pero hindi as ipon, more on as I need it, no. Tipong ganun. And then another keyword siguro is purpose, no. Parang siguro one of my lessons in life is yung giving or finding value, no, in something na that might be beyond, no, literal, no, finances.
Right, right. Oo nga.
Iniisip ko rin po, sir, na if there's benefics in the eighth
Eighth
house,
house.
it's a dark place. So, mas talagang parang natitemper yung benefit niya. Kumpara if you put it in like angle, tapos in cap na it's in fall. So
Paul.
money is not a problem, but it's not like the first thing on your mind. Tapos it took some time pa, so Capricorn. But also like the eighth house, meron talaga siyang tempering effect na it's not gonna move as fast as you would like want or maybe expect it to be. Or kahit parang mas bumababa yung benefit niya.
May mga
Yeah.
mitigations din, no, right?
Tas,
For example, go on, sige, Jamila.
ayun lang naman, Miss Luan.
I just wanted to share lang because yun nga, I have a stellium there. So parang we know it's the idol house, it's parang dark and all these things. And I have Sun, Venus, and Mercury in the 8th house in Aries. So I think may mga certain mitigations. For example, if the placements are sextiling the midheaven, parang that can actually help with it. Nakakaroon siya ng parang pull towards not being too dark or being allowed to have some sort of parang elevation in a way, may ganyan. So, in a way, parang I have the sextile kasi. So, parang may konti siyang pampalubag loob ba. So, hindi naman kailangan super dark in a way. And at the end of the day, maraming iba pang titignan na factors. So, we don't really want to look at it as hopeless, yung mga ganun. Kasi pag tinignan mo yung mga 8th house, usually may mga ganyan eh. But then, for example, in my end, I experienced death quite early on. Yung first boyfriend ko, namatay ng birthday ko, ng debut ko, mga ganun. So, parang I had really dark experiences growing up. And it was really something that parang almost traumatized you before understanding why all of these things had to happen. 8th house, ganyan. But then, parang it really helped in terms of wanting to understand deeper about wanting to really find answers, being somebody who seeks a lot. So may mga nagiging ganong effects, and then eventually when you are talking with people who have had grief also, then you can relate in a way that's very personal din. So may mga ganon din, I think. Marami rin, may mga 8th house placements din ako na nakakausap. For example, ang nangyari sa kanila would be, let's say, a father that was parang a father figure that was not really, or difficult relationship with the fathers, or pero eventually you can break out of it. Yung mga utang, debt, or parang nag-asawa sila na puro utang. That would be houses of partners' finances. So if you don't really have good planets there, what happens is the spouses na lulubog sa utang tas hindi sa'yo sinasabi, financial fraud. And then eventually you can utilize these setbacks to siguro fuel you into a better expression or better understanding, and then therefore improving how you live life. So kaya naman na ganun. So, yung mga ganun lang. Kasi sometimes lagi ko naririnig yan na pag 8th house, parang oo, may mamamatay ba? Parang yun yung mga unang tanong. Hindi ko naman masabi na ako wala. Kasi on my end, parang I've experienced that quite deeply, mga ganyan. But then, it's not really as bad as it sounds if we're aware.
Or it's a death of the old self.
Pwede nga din, symbolical.
So right, the dark thing, even I use that word, no? But of course, right, the price of wisdom is something you don't want to face, right? We say it's dark because it's a personal hell. You don't want to go there, but if you navigate it properly, wisdom is the prize, no?
I guess, yeah.
Excel?
Yeah, he's raising his hand.
Okay, so yun sa akin, wait, naalala ko nga pala. So we're talking about yung natal, usually yung mga natal planets sa 8th house. Sa akin kasi, yung transit ng Jupiter the last time, and remember, nag-share ako na-opera ako. So yung kasing tawag dito, Mars ko nasa 12th house. So nag-transit yung Jupiter. So yun yung Jupiter sa 6th house. So parang symbolism niya kasi 6th house counterpart is Virgo. Parang ang body part doon would be liver. Pero yung sa akin gallbladder. So yun yung operation. Pero kasi nagta-transit din si Jupiter doon sa 8th house. So yung medical insurance ko was able to cover my operation. My operation. Kasi usually 150 lang doon sa ibang call center. Eh napunta ako doon sa 200 plus. So fully covered ka. So parang kumaga wala akong problem. So doon ako sinalo ni
An opportunity.
Jupiter.
Doon sa house. So yun yung personal experience ko doon sa 8th house.
That's good to hear. Nakakaba siguro yan kung iniintay mo kung maa-approve or hindi. But I'm happy it all worked out for you. Hopefully okay ka na. Mahirap magkara. Kailan to nangyari,
3
Excel?
years ago yun, 3 years ago.
Okay. Okay naman na. Okay.
Also, because
3 years
also
ago.
yung yung eighth house, diba, house of initiation and transformation siya. So maybe before you step into your power, you have to experience some kind of death.
Mm.
You have to experience some kind of death, and then bago ka mag-regenerate, you experience that. And then when you experience that, you discover your strength and power during those crises. I think that's yung
Mm.
eighth house. And then eighth house
So,
people, I'm sorry. The eighth house people, parang they're forced to experience change, and yet they come out like para sila mga butterfly na ang lalakas nila pagkatapos ng mga experience nila ng masasakit. They're very strong people. They're like, there's a book, Phoenix and Angels. Sabi, by Carmen Schuck. Eighth house people that are like, para sila mga phoenix na parang pag sinusunog mo sila, lalo sila lumalakas. I think that's the ano of eighth house people.
mm.
Very strong.
To add to what you said, no, eighth house, you go down deep, right? You face something that's actually sucking your energy, whether it's psychological or esoteric, then you deal with it, you free yourself from that thing, then you recover some energy which was stuck by that thing, then you regenerate, and that new energy becomes a form of power.
Yeah. They're very powerful people, you know, eighth housers. For
Mm.
me.
Idagdag ko lang, no, sa topic ng
Oh, wait.
death.
Just one last. Okay. You can end up powerful, you can end up wise, you can also end up gloomy and,
Yes.
and kind
If you
of
don't let go, I think if
yeah,
you don't let go,
a
that's when you
depressed,
end up doing.
a gloomy kind of person. Yun lang.
Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because there's that residue, no, itong energy ng death.
Yeah,
no?
so it's
So
important
anyway,
you navigate properly.
Pag sa forma.
yeah, so yeah. Yeah, I think I can relate with that, no, dahil my parents, no, died when I was very young. So my mother died at childbirth.
Wow.
And then
Wow.
and then my father died just about 2 or 3 years after. So yeah, that's my Jupiter in the eighth house. The Jupiter rules the 10th house, so it's in some books, no, the 10th house is the mother.
Yes.
Wait, question. Are you anoretic ascendant?
Yes.
Okay, I'm also anoretic
Yes.
ascendant, and it was also difficult pregnancy. So I heard someone else say that pag anoretic ascendant, you can throw a guess. It was a
Wow.
difficult
Difficult. Yeah.
entry into the world.
How about
blood
moon?
loss.
Kasama mo?
Ano yun?
Kung anoretic yung moon, ganun din? Is it the same? Anoretic moon?
It depends. No, but this is
Yeah.
ascendant,
Yeah,
so
it can
the
be
moon, right?
ascendant.
I think the moon can be
And that's good.
And the ascendant kasi, and the ascendant itself is associated with birth, with the birth of the person.
Alright.
Intense, ano? Very intense.
One of the questions for the eighth house, pwede mong ano yan, you can reflect, is have you been trading away your power for approval or for security? Those are the questions for the eighth house.
or an inauthentic power.
Yeah, your power. Are you trading
The
it for
Senate.
that? Or something like that. Diba? Lumalabas yung dark side ng desires mo sa eighth house kasi magnify siya. Ano ba mga desires mo? Yung akala mo, what do you want? What do you have that I want? I want that. You get obsessed with what other people have. It can also be like that for the eighth house. What have you got that I want? Something like that.
Yung shadow self.
Nasa eighth house yun. And then, gusto mo yon, I want that. Akala mo gusto mo. Then pag nakuha mo, you realize, hindi mo siya kailangan. Or hindi mo siya kailangan.
Temporary.
Or meron ka na pala, no? Ba't ko give up something important to me for something na hindi ko pala kailangan? And then I'm left, then you get transformed. That's the eighth house again. It's all about transformation. It's hard to understand.
Yeah, so you don't
Ako
get
may
the transformation by superficial life topics. You need kind of the dirty complex.
Yeah. And you have to bring it out kasi hindi mo siya matatapos. Let's say meron kang mga
If
hidden,
you suppress
yeah,
it.
yeah, may mga hidden desires ka or mga hidden kasamaan ka inside you. And then, yeah, again, you project. Hanggang hindi mo siya nalalabas and na-accept na it's in you, it will never be transformed. So you gotta think yung time na when your eighth house is being activated, yun yung mga ma-experience mo, things na tinago mo, aside from the eighth house, yung tinago mo, lalabas siya when it's activated. And then you transform it by the eighth house.
It's like eighth house transits, right? Want to bring the surface in alignment with like
Yes.
the depth. And right, that can be topics of money, topics of sex, tax, yun nga, facing death or
Yes.
facing things that kind of strip away the surface level, mundane thoughts of everyday life. I had a nice metaphor for this, no? Imagine it's Sunday, you're reading a book, just like a boring Sunday, nothing to do. Then suddenly you notice a scorpion lands on your lap. And then suddenly all those superficial thoughts about where you're gonna eat, uh, all these stupid things about life disappear. And suddenly you're focused on only the things that matter enter your mind. So that's kind of the scorpionic eighth house feeling. It strips away all these kind of surface level things and brings you, yeah, at your deepest, what do you really care about? Like when that scorpion's on your lap, do you think about, do I need to feed my dog?
Yeah.
What will my parents do without me? Those kinds of things.
In ano naman, in some, for example, like outside of, yung parang real world, tangible things, of course, this will represent joint resources. And then spouses of the partners, money of the spouses, sorry. So if you have like really good placements in the eighth house, let's say yun nga, may sextile sa midheaven, may trine sa IC, and then you have, I don't know, the benefics there, exalted positions, and this could be marrying somebody with, you know, a lot of value that add to your value, or marrying somebody na marami kang may inherit through that, or being able to have a family that you will for sure get an inheritance from, especially land kung tatama siya sa IC. So marami rin namang ganun in terms of other people's resources. And sometimes the problem there would be parang being so cared for, or napoprovide na lahat ng kailangan mo, and then sometimes you're idle because you don't really need to do anything anymore. Kasi parang all the resources of other people, you have access to it, and then you lose a little bit of the grit. So minsan may mga ganun din na nangyayari. So even if maganda yung manifestations, meron pa rin siyang that sense of you really have to work on it. Kasi too much of the good things naman would dull you, something like that.
Yeah. And from another direction where a lot of good placements might not serve you. Let's say someone is born to a very rich, let's say you were the son of Elon Musk or something, right? You're so blessed materially, but somehow nothing you accomplish in life,
Will be due to you.
or they'll always say, he did it because his parents were like this, or he got the money from his parents. So somehow you're overshadowed by, right, someone else's resources. So that might also, that can be a sort of frustration that comes out. Whereas no matter how hard you try, you'll always be associated with like what you were left with, or the reputation of your family name, something like that. So that's an interesting negative angle.
One of my, I wasn't thinking,
Samples.
one of my examples actually na,
Okay.
kasi tinanggal ko siya kasi I wasn't sure because I didn't know much about her. I'm not a big fan of the family, is actually si Kylie Jenner from the Kardashians. She has a son in Leo in the 8th house. Tapos it's supported nga by a trine from the IC in the 4th house. So from Saturn in the 4th house in Aries. So ayun na kagad is like where she get her money from. It's from her family. Tapos kasi she had an issue where she was forging tax. She was forging like tax something that so that she would seem like a billionaire, or like she was close to becoming a billionaire, because she wanted to give off the image that she's the youngest self-made billionaire. So but I'm not a huge, I don't keep up with the Kardashians kasi. I was just looking at like charts of like which
That's interesting.
celebrities have like an eight house planets. I'm looking at them. The Kylie Jenner, she was supposed to be my first example, pero hindi ko na siya nilagay, because I don't like, iniisip ko yung sa issue niya with like forging tax, just to make it seem like billionaire siya. But I didn't check na like yung transits and whatnot. But I guess it comes up in her chart talaga. It's you can see na okay, her son is in the 8th house, pero it's supported by the 4th house Saturn. So it's her money really comes from her family name na. She's a Jenner Kardashian.
Interesting.
Speaking of taxes, no, or money in general, no, of the people, no, 8th house, no. A good example, no, again, i-connect natin sa nangyayari ngayon sa Pilipinas. A good example is actually the former president, no. If the time of birth that we got is correct, no, Jupiter and the moon is in his 8th house.
Oh,
Okay, so one of Jamila's examples, no, dito si Prince Charles ba has several planets in the 8th house,
Really,
which
yeah.
Jamila interpreted, no, as his wealth comes from taxes or from the people. Okay, so in the case of Duterte, no, it's something similar, no, and well, apparently these are undeclared assets, no, na as of now, yeah, as the former Senator Trillanes, no, had been saying, no, for the longest time, 10 years ata or so, no, na meron silang hidden assets, no, na nakatago sa bangko. By the way, the banks also can also be associated with the 8th house. So yun, no, planet in the 8th house can signify money of the people, no. Ngayon, whether you got it based on inheritance, based on the position, or illegal means, no, we don't know. Pero if it's there, ibig sabihin there's an issue, no, about these matters.
well, seduction, di ba, in the 8th house, he gets seduced by money, sex, and power. If he gets seduced by money, sex, and power, it undermines
Okay.
your highest potential. You can't go there if you're not centered. I think that's what's happening to these politicians.
Politicians.
Yeah,
Politician.
yeah.
Well, okay.
And then-
Can I
yun
say
nga.
something about? Okay. Yeah.
Go.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Well, so speaking of, yung sa Philippine politics, yung sa akin naman, it's more like world or sa USA. Si Warren Buffett. So Warren Buffett is known for his investment, and his investment strategies yung ngayon long-term na yung fundamentals, no? So, yung sa kanya, napansin ko kasi is like, meron siyang, although Virgo siya, no? Pero yung 8th house niya, ando dun yung Sun and Neptune. Sun and Neptune do sa 8th house. And then, so, in effect, he became one of the richest men in the world. Kasi, yun nga, yung he handles investments for other people. Yun, so, and then being a Virgo, siguro dahil doon, magaling siya mag-analyze ng stocks, di ba? And, he likes to, what they call this, do it for other people. No? So, hindi lang yung sa kanya, kung ba, hinahandle niya yung mga finances niya, o yung mga investments ng mga tao. And then, coincidentally, meron din pala siyang Jupiter sa Cancer. So, yun. So, that makes it more, malapitin siya ng
6th
pera.
house,
A 7th house ata yung
Cancer.
Jupiter, yeah. Jupiter. Kasi parang yung Leo niya at saka yung umpisa ng Virgo, nasa 8th house eh. Pero siyempre nasa USA siya medyo, yung 7th house covers yung end ng Gemini up to yung ilang degrees ng Leo. But 7th house, yes, yeah, 7th house, Jupiter, pati Pluto pala. Binuksan ko na, tinignan ko na rito. And then, yun nga, kasi, pero kung, on the other hand, di ba yumaman siya, pero simple yung lifestyle niya, um, yung house niya, simula nung nag-asawa siya or something, yun din hanggang sa nag-retire siya, di ba? Hanggang ngayon.
Yeah.
So,
Yes.
may simple lifestyle siya, comparable sa above average middle class. Pero I will attribute that dun sa Saturn niya sa first house. Yun. But anyway, so other than that, yun. Emphasize nga natin na yung Sun niya and Neptune nasa 8th house. Yun.
think bonds of loyalty and love are also present in the 8th house. So if your planets there, it can also be a source of strength. It's not always, tama si ano eh, it's not always bad. It can be a great source of strength for people with 8th house planets.
So,
Both of them are loyal. They can be very loyal
yeah,
and very loving.
right, if you survive the 8th house, the
Mhm.
merging and bonding that happens, right,
Right.
is the result. So, right, shared space. You can imagine two best friends. They're best friends normally in school. They go on a trip abroad where they're roommates. After the trip, they're no longer friends. So, right, it's the 8th house situation that will either bond you further or yan na nga, your complexities will meet each other. And yeah, you'll find out who the other person really is. Or yan na nga, bonded further.
Okay, I want to give examples lang, no? Siguro this can be our final topic, no? I just want to give two examples, no? Dito sa 8th house of the house of death. Okay, in medieval astrology, no, may list, no, on the manner of your death. No? Okay, but anyway, that's not what I want to discuss. No, so 8th house as the house of death, I think, is very prominent, no, in the chart of Adolf Hitler. He has two planets in the 8th house, no? And we know that Hitler, no, killed millions of Jews. And dito sa Philippines, no, again, if the time of birth we got is right, again, no, the former president, no, Duterte, has two planets in the 8th house of death, no. So, but as Maricar and Miguel, no, has been saying, no, kailangan ng transformation, no, or there's certain something, no, must be done with the psyche, no, para you transform it, no, into something good, no. Pero apparently in some cases, no, it's really bad, no, such as in the case of these two leaders, especially if you have power, no, di ba, as some philosophers said, no, ano ba yun? Infinite power corrupts infinitely, something like that, no.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how we treat the environment is also 8th house, right? Paano mo siya? Because you're sharing the world with others. So how you treat nature, that can also be 8th house.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Jamila, would you like to let's say summarize, no, what we have discussed together?
So, tonight, nagka-discussion lang tayo about the 8th house. It's what it is, its significations, various chart examples, and then post-presentation discussion about other significations that the 8th house might have. So, of course, apart from the usual death, other people's money, debt, taxes, inheritance, scholarships, etc., we also touch upon what means na the 8th house is a quote-unquote dark house. It's called the Idle Place, and its connections with sex, power, the undoing, the occult and hidden things, and quote unquote darker things in life. And that was what our discussion revolved around.
Yeah, very rich topic pala itong 8,000.
Yes.
Ah,
For sure.
Juan?
Yeah, very rich discussion. Maraming pwede pag-usapan. And I guess these are ano kasi 'di ba the esoteric themes nga and the themes that are not necessarily easy to speak about. So affairs, money, all these things, power, transformations, all of these other things. So marami talagang pwedeng puntahan. And yeah, good discussion, Jamila. Thank you for your presentation. And everyone, very, very good insights. Parang ang daming times that you take a pause and then just really try to reflect on what was said. So thank you, everybody. And yeah, I guess ano na, no, that's it. Do we ano na, close na for
Yeah.
this? Okay, so I
Yep.
thank you everybody for joining us here. Very interesting discussion about the houses. Next Wednesday, will we discuss on
We'll talk about Buddhism next week.
okay.
Oh,
Sige, so
are
very
we gonna have
interesting.
Olivia?
So, right, Buddhism.
Yes,
Okay,
Olive.
so
Oo,
you guys, any questions about 8 house placements? If you guys have anything you need us to help you with understanding, please post in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you here next Wednesday in Tala Talks Astrology.
Astrology beyond memes. Night.
Good night.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamila.
Thank you. Thank you, Jamila. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you. Good night.